you on YouTube. You're live. Let's see what's going on. All right. Waiting. Still waiting. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Start the early day off. So it's 10:28, 10:27. All right. There we go. Oh, I can't see the timestamp on here. How long I've gone. It's all covered up. Crap. Liberty Freak is number 1. Pamela Morrison, number 2. Keith Gregory, number 3. Hello, Liberty Freak is a heavy hitter, guys. Is this thing working? Let me check. Hold on. I was in a circle. What's up with that? Okay, here we go. 6 are watching. I can't find a timestamp for this. Was that I said it was 10:28? So at 12:28 I can go live. I mean, I can end at 12:20. Hello, Guido, safety man. Hello. How's it going, everyone? Hello, Puzo. How are you? Hit that like button, guys. Helps me so I can keep up with Liberty Freak. He's a heavy hitter. Hello, Miss out in Chicago. I missed Furry yesterday. I had to watch Furries this morning. It's done. Pookie, hello. I'm doing great, Miss out in Chicago. How are you doing? I can't see my ticker, and I need to. Oh, well. Anyways. Yeah, right. That's why I'm on your stream. Because you're a heavy hitter. Liberty Freak, do you want to come on panel right now? It's a live panel Monday. Let me do the choosing of people to come on panel. Guys. Don't say, hey, put this person on panel. Hey, put that person on panel. I don't want to do that. Anyone that does that, I won't put them on panel. That's how I roll today. But I would like to have Liberty Freak on if he'd like to come on. Pookie, I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're on my stream, Liberty Freak. Now, if you get your brother Tuck Police Suck, that'd be cool too. JJ, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Mike, you should put Michael Malloy on panel. I can come on for a short bit. Okay, cool. Let me get the StreamYard link here. Once again, I'm disorganized as always. It's my first day back from the weekend. Let's see, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Where are we? Okay. All right, Liberty Freak. I gotcha. All right. I gave you you can come on for a few, that's fine. Wow. All right, hold on. Where am I? There we go. Out in Chicago, hello. You should put First Amendment Mike on panel. I've got him right here. I want that. Are you using capitals again? Last night was trying to get a burger, but I couldn't get on. Long story. Wow. Why couldn't you get a burger? Go to In-N-Out Burger, man. Furry over the weekend was getting In-N-Out burgers right and left, man. Crap. What was that last Friday? I don't know. Don't do capital letters. That stupid Nightbot will time you out for 5 seconds. And longer if you keep doing it. Nightbot, you gonna start? Yep. Nightbot's right bright and early. We did that so people wouldn't just come in and spam. And they used to do that on this channel. They used to spam all capitals. Remember, I got till 12:28 to get off this thing. My weekend was good. I saw Free, and I want that shirt that Junkyard Dogs got. It's a picture of that old geezer CCW. COVID is cheap. Hello.
Hello, what's going on, man? You Mr. Heavy Hitter?
Oh no, I'm a lightweight. You're the heavy hitter.
How you doing, man? Thanks for putting me on your show.
Excellent.
And hello to everybody watching.
What's that?
I said thanks for letting me on your show, and hello to everyone watching.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting my channel, man.
Man, I love your channel.
I love your channel too. Don't forget. You're a heavy hitter. Furry's a heavy hitter. Y'all are heavy hitters out there. I'm a lightweight. I'm a bloody ass lightweight, man.
Yeah, right.
I wish I was a heavy hitter. I can't even go out because this virus is out there.
Everybody's coming on your show.
Minnesota and Chicago. Every time I tried to get a burger, the dumb people at the drive-up window were acting like they were new to the job. Oh, I hate when that happens, especially when they Earthly Purgatory. Nice, the new banner. Good as hell. Thank you. I want to move it though over for farther so it doesn't block my time view. I missed that. I like the banner though. It's really good.
Hey, what's going on, Auditing Chicago?
Miss Sod in Chicago retracted a message. So how did Eric Brent get shanghaied?
How did he get shanghaied?
Yeah, by the courts.
He didn't. You know, he did it as legally as astutely as he could, right? I mean, as much as he knows. You know, he did what's called what is it called? It's called an Alfred plea. And what it is, you know, he's making that plea, and the judge knows that he's making that decision because he has no other choice, but he knows and believes that it's not fair and it's not just. I wish he would also add in there a Jennings reservation to be able to bring matters of constitutional questions before a federal judge. But he didn't. But this kind of helps him a little bit. It gives him a bunch of time served to his other cases also. So that's a plus.
That's good news.
Yeah. And I've also posted here. Let me see if I can.
Hello, the happy hippie. How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, I can't post anything on your thing. Otherwise, I will be able to post the link. That everybody can go to it and be able to.
We'll just say the link, and maybe I can.
Oh, it's long as it's what it is two forms.
Long.
Yeah, it's a case that just happened about the speedy trial thing due to the COVID, and then there's also a form there that is how the judges just wrote their own rules there. Well, we feel that we're gonna just screw the Constitution and we're gonna take a big old dump on speedy trial and those rights, and that's it. You know.
Mm.
Which, by the way, the judges that signed the order, one of them would be Judge Andre Rudolph, which is one of the judges that absolutely hates us. That's that's trying to charge Eric with threats to a judge, and he also has specific great comments about us all the time while he's behind the bench. He also he's lied behind the bench several times, and we've caught him and called him out for it on recordings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also the other judge is the judge that grabbed his junk at Karen Sidaro and I in the middle of the Capitol. I mean, the other courthouse, in front of children and everything. We did a formal police report, and they've never responded back or whatever. And I am about to call them to let them know that a guy that I've been, that did something sexually to some people doesn't get to be promoted as a judge, and then he gets to have rules. He gets to make rules that rule my life, really? But yet he's not being held accountable. They're acting like I didn't go over there to report it. So, they're acting like I didn't catch it on video. And boy, are they wrong, because I have the whole thing on video, and I have me telling them that they better preserve all of that for future litigation, to preserve all the evidence and everything. And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're letting it go by. So if you're watching out there, Denver, we got an eye on you.
NJ Diver, you want to come on? I guess so. I really try to make it so that I pick the people on panel, but I'll do an exception. You guys, come on now. You guys know rules. Hold on, NJ Diver. NJ Diver wants to speak really bad. Keep it nice, guys.
So I'm sending it now. I'm sending the link to your. I'm replying to your email, Mike. So if you want, you can copy it and paste it out from there, since you're the master of your site.
There you go. How soon do you need it out?
How soon what?
How soon do you need it out? Can I put it on tomorrow or?
No, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Oh.
It's just, like I said, all it is just the order that they give, that they're not granting speedy trial to us, and everybody's going to be suing them for it. And a case that just happened where a guy was denied his speedy trial, and it went up to the Supreme Court about it. It was just written and spoken of on April 13th. So
I sent you a link, NJ Diver. He has questions. I think it's pertaining to Eric Brandt. I'm just guessing.
Correct.
And you have the answers, right? Just don't put him on the hot seat. Give him softball questions. I think he's
Who,
there.
me?
Well, yeah, give. I'm telling NJ Diver to give you softball questions. I don't want to heat an argument. Okay, here he is. No heated arguments, guys. Come on. Keep it.
Good morning.
No, I don't care. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually,
What's up,
good
Anthony?
afternoon for me.
Yeah, right. Still morning here.
Yep. There we go. Am I able to see?
All right, my questions
Oh,
aren't really.
All right, thanks. All right,
Yes,
sorry. Go ahead. I got excited. Go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, it's not necessarily Eric Brandt. It was to the gentleman you just bounced, but I'm just curious. He said he made police reports on this judge, but that's not the place to go with that. The place to go would be the administrative judge for whatever court that he's in. Police aren't going to do anything about it. They haven't got the authority.
Mhm.
But they do. Hello?
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me? All right.
yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if he can.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear.
but they but you do go to them as a first authority, right? And I wanted to see how they would respond to this, right? How they would actually, whether they would try to cover it up or whether they would try to be, you know, evasive about it. And that's exactly what they did, actually. Not surprising. Um, but it's a shame that knowing that it's on camera and everything, what they did was they immediately would not give us any of the cameras that we requested them over and over again, and they got rid of them, right? So you know, they got rid of any proof, even though it was demanded by several people.
That's where you made your mistake. You don't go to a lower echelon level of enforcement to try to get a judge off the bench. You need to go to a higher authority. You would have needed to go at minimum to the administrative judge above this individual judge, and even then you should simultaneously go to the attorney general of the state that you're in. What level was the judge adjudicating at?
He was a county judge. He did mostly traffic shit, I think, that here in the city, and now he's been promoted to one of the Denver city judges to add because of the case volume.
The thing to have done then would have been to go to the attorney general and or the highest administrative judge in your state.
Oh, it all sounds amazing in theory, right? And that's exactly the way it should work, right? Like, hold on a second, like we have a First Amendment of protected speech.
Hello, Kevin.
Well,
You know,
by going to the police, the first thing the police are going to do is hand over everything you have to the judge.
yeah, I know. But look, I was sentenced on a case that should have never even gone through court. Okay, we said our opinion to a sheriff. We were arrested for sharing our opinion with that sheriff. That sheriff was allowed to be the victim in this case of harassment, which usually never happens anywhere in the U.S. It can't happen because he's a cop, much less a 34-year veteran. Not only was he the victim, but he was not sequestered as a witness either, right? Because he was also an assistant to the counsel, which made him sit there in the trial and listen to every single person's testimony. So he can adjust his testimony to everyone's testimony. When he went up on the stand, he actually said, "This is the evidence. Yes, this is the proper evidence. Now, it may look like it's been edited and stuff, but I swear to you, it's not edited. That's just the way that it is, blah, blah." Well, guess what? The video was massively edited. My live stream was massively edited, the evidence that he put into that trial. I stood up in the trial and I exclaimed that I claimed this, and I was like, "Your Honor, this is a lie. This has been tampered with, everything." Nothing happened. I was still found guilty. I have gone all the way up to the governor. I've gone to the attorney general. I've gone to everybody. Completely ignored. I've posted it on their Facebooks. I've posted it on every single social media that they have. I've emailed them, right? Zero. Crickets, right? And mind you, this is also the same county where the district attorney was indicted for opiates, okay, for drug dealing.
Which has nothing to do with your case.
Well, of course it does, because she was the one that absolutely gave him the okay to arrest me. They worked together on it. She hates me personally, like herself. So,
well,
yeah,
if you have corroborative evidence of all of this,
I do.
All right. Have you appealed your case?
It is in the process of being appealed now.
All right. Well, good luck to you then.
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
Good luck to you, sir.
And I know that I will win it, but what happens is that as far as the other stuff, the complaining to the proper people and all of that, I mean, unless like the news picked up on this and it became a big to-do on 60 Minutes, they won't do anything. Right?
There are corrupt individuals in places of authority. And this is the reason we have the system that we have, to be able to do something about those individuals when they are caught doing what they're doing. If you have all this evidence of the collusion and their corruption, then it should all come out in your appeal, and or you need to go to, if you have no satisfaction at the state level, go to either the FBI or the Department of Justice.
Okay.
I mean, the Department of Justice, that's their job to oversee law enforcement in this country.
Yeah.
All this goes over my head because I don't know any legalese, guys. I only watch court TV every once in a great while.
It's got nothing to do with TV. It's got to do with the checks and balances that
Chain
have
of
been
command.
set up.
Yeah.
Chain of command.
Yeah,
No.
chain of command, basically, in a sense, right? You got to go to the next level and the proper levels to be able to complain on the lower levels.
Well, if you have no satisfaction at the county, you go to the state. If you have no satisfaction at the state, you go to the federal. And if you still don't have any satisfaction and you have the means to do it, you go to SCOTUS.
SCOTUS, yep.
Supreme Court.
Hey guys, nice hanging out with you.
Hey, take care, buddy.
NJ Diver. I will be back. Mike.
I only know you had a limited time, so you
Man,
take
I love you and your show. Yeah, I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
hurry up so I can get some stuff out because I got to get a package out to Eric and
Awesome.
some other stuff. So, alrighty, guys, you guys take care.
Hey, love you. Thank you for coming on panel, man.
Yeah, man, I love you and your show. Take it easy, Mike.
Thank you. Love your.
Good luck with your case.
Yes. Good luck with your case, and God bless you, kind sir. There, I got it all in. I think. Hey, I finally found my time clock. Oh, it's working great. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of days.
Yeah, a long couple days for me because I didn't get to go live because I Saturday and Sunday my wife puts down the rules, so I have to kind of obey them. That's the way
Yes,
it is.
the wife, she who must be obeyed.
Exactly.
That's from a British sitcom.
But I don't know what you think.
Yeah, well, I had the same situation
Yep,
on Saturday. We had
exactly.
yard work that was overdue, so we did it. And I was so damn exhausted, I slept half the afternoon. And then
Of Sunday or
no, Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday it was a day of rest for the two of us, and we got some little chores done around the house. And I was on a couple of panels, but
At least
the
you
real
Yeah.
situations were on Friday night, and again on Saturday night. But yeah, Friday night I was up till 3. Last night I was up till after 3:30.
Now you're in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, East Coast daylight savings.
Right. Gotcha. It's like 1:51 where you're at, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're still morning time here. Yep.
That's all right. Turns out 10th man's an hour ahead of me.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
No, that's what happens when you make the comment that you're not too far from a mass shooting that occurred. And that occurred in Nova Scotia. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Deductive reasoning.
Yep. It seems so, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of reasoning that's seemed to have left a lot of people.
How do you like your Governor Murphy, the Democrat guy?
I don't look at the politics. I look at what they do.
Uh,
And at this point, none of the governors that are locking down their states are really acting. Well, I shouldn't say none of them. At least the governor of Pennsylvania has his head together. He actually recognized his constituents' right to travel in his proclamation. And I appreciated that because I went and visited my daughter out there right when this all began. And he did it by county. He didn't close down the whole state. He did it by county. He was rather more reasonable with his demands.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be interesting to find out once this all settles down and the courts reopen, and these people that were cited for violating their governor's orders go to court, and we'll see what the judicial system does with it.
Uh-huh.
Because none of these executive orders, none of these proclamations have been ratified by their legislatures.
Ms. Soddy in Chicago says, NJ Diver, I want you to check out Auditing American's last post office video. That's a perfect example of what I was trying to explain to you. I don't know nothing about that conversation. Just put
neither. Well, I do remember a chat or something conversation with her, but I'm not subscribed to that individual, so
I don't know anything about it. I'm just
the thing about the post office is just like any other public property. Yeah, you have the right to be there as long as you have legitimate business with whatever that property is there to do. The moment that you're asked to leave, leave. Because the moment you refuse, depending on the state statute, in my state, it's defiant trespass. And if people would read the entirety of the paragraph on poster 7 and the 2 Code of Federal Regulations that it is based on, they'll see that the moment someone who works there says stop, you got to stop. Because at that point, if you don't, you are no longer there for a legitimate business. You are there now disrupting their routine business. And that's where people are charged and convicted for filming inside a post office, exercising my First Amendment right. Unfortunately, yeah, it is a constitutionally protected activity to a point. Once you cross that point, you're into criminality.
Did you see Amagassett Press's post office where the police came and they escorted him outside and he finally left under protest? But did you see that one or no?
No, but that's how you do it. That's how you keep yourself from getting arrested.
Yeah, he didn't get arrested at all. It was a good thing that he did. He's never, apparently, from what he says and what I say too, as I've never been arrested, he's never been arrested.
Well,
I mean, that's good, right? He's not arrested.
That's the way to be, really.
Exactly.
Because claiming, I've got a constitutional right to do this, you really don't once you overstep the bounds of the codes, the regulations, and the statutes that have been set up in this country to protect everyone else from individuals who don't believe that the laws apply to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they misinterpret what the law actually says or was meant to be by the legislature.
I am pretty sure and confident about this. If he'd have stayed in the post office and they kept telling him he's not supposed to be there and all that, he would have, I'm positive he would have gotten a trespass. Positive of it. I've seen it. I've seen other people behind the camera in a post office, and I've seen them get arrested.
So. I've seen quite a few myself. I've also seen them get trespassed.
Exactly.
And I've seen several of them that have retreated to the sidewalk and still get trespassed.
Yep.
Post offices are not traditional public forums. That's been established.
Yep. And how many times they've been doing behind the scene camera work in a post office, and then like sometimes it'll cut off or whatever, and then that person find out's been arrested or whatever, you know.
Well,
So
that
that's
that
the
that
editing.
happens quite often. Yeah.
I'm sure it does.
And there are cases where the officers unknowingly left the phone going all the way into booking.
Mm.
There are videos out there showing that.
Spartacus 1775 says, laughed my tail off. So now you're saying law trumps the Constitution and interrupts what process they work for the public.
In his mind, perhaps, but no. If the law is contrary to the Constitution, you appeal it to the proper level where it will be declared unconstitutional.
hey, if they get arrested, they can take it to court.
No, they get arrested, they're going to court.
Well,
unless the DA decides not to pursue it, which has
Right.
also happened in quite a few cases.
is that ever possible?
No, it's happened in quite a few cases.
Oh, okay. So
The
yeah,
DA looks at the police report, knows the law, and either has someone interview both parties and determines that there's nothing here to prosecute.
uh-huh. Hello, Michigan Madman 52. How you doing? I agree with you. But I'm not going to be the guy behind the camera doing a post office. That's just not me. Or a school or college. I'm not going to do any of that. Or hospitals. Staying away from all that.
Well, I can't. I have a heart ailment and whatnot that, especially now, I'm not going to expose myself out in public. But
I can't do it now anyway because of the virus.
exactly.
Once it's over with, then I can. I'm gonna keep myself as safe as I can. People say, "Oh, the virus is BS." You know,
Just to answer Mr. Spartacus 1775, I have not seen or got a copy of this letter from a postmaster general stating otherwise. Stating otherwise to what? The Poster 7 says what it says. The CFRs dealing with it says what they say. If someone in that office who has the position to tell you to stop, you stop. If you don't, then of course they're going to call the police and have you removed. Try the same inside a police department. Try the same inside a town hall. In fact, in New York City, you walk inside a police precinct with a camera, you're going to immediately get trespassed unless you have some legitimate reason to be there.
I think Salem, Oregon, they have a thing like that where they don't want you using your camera inside. So I'm not ever probably going into the Salem.
Well, I've got the paperwork from the New York City Police Department, the memo. I got a copy of it, and because they publicize it, and they're telling their officers to, if the person has no meaningful business in the precinct, they will be removed and trespassed.
Right.
And if they refuse to leave, that's criminal trespass.
Yep. And you will be jailed and you will be going to court unless they throw it out. That's not likely to either, is it? Very much.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know the rules. I'm just not doing a post office.
Well, I've researched it. I've pulled all the CFRs. And what's interesting is people don't realize there is one main Code of Federal Regulation dealing with all federal property, and it's the basis for quite a few of the federal agencies who have their own Code of Federal Regulations written to deal with their properties. The post office has their CFR and Poster 7 to tell the public generally what they can do. It's called Conduct on Postal Property. There's another CFR that has conduct on federal properties that the post offices and others base their individual codes on. Now, there are people out there that have done auditing of the Social Security Administration offices. And every one of those offices have posters in the vestibule on the inner doors telling you no recording allowed. And every one of the auditors or cop watchers or cop blockers or whatever they call themselves, citizen video journalists that have gone in past those inner doors, have been told to stop and or leave.
Mhm.
I don't know of any of them that have actually been arrested, but a couple of them came very close. Same thing for the Veterans Administration. They have their own rules for their buildings.
The VA hospital, you mean?
The Veterans Administration as a whole, all of their properties.
Hmm.
Whether
Well,
it's a hospital, a clinic, or their administrative buildings.
Well, I remember when this was a little over a year ago when Johnny 5-0 went into VA hospital with Bell for Freedom, and they got arrested, but they decided to dismiss the case, and they got all their property back too.
Yeah, well, to answer Spartacus, that is not a legitimate purpose. That is not legitimate business. And I doubt you'll find any jurisdiction of the judicial system that'll agree with that.
All I know is, you guys behind the camera, be careful, and just stay lawful. You know,
getting arrested seems to be a badge of courage for some of these people, and all it's going to do to you is ruin your life. You will not be able to get a good job with the government with a police record. You will not be able to get any kind of job that involves a security clearance of any kind, whether it be government or private, with a police record.
Yeah.
And rightly so. I mean, private companies have reputations to uphold. They're not going to hire a person that's got a string of misdemeanors if they have their own business integrity to uphold.
Right.
There's millions of people out there that have no police records. You may be overqualified for the job. And if you have a police record and the person next to you applying for the same position doesn't, guess who's not going to get the job?
Yeah. Just be careful and do it legally, guys, when you're using a camera. I mean, I've been told I shouldn't ever go out there and do any of what the other guys are doing and stuff like that. They tell me I'm safe where I'm at right here. That's what they're telling me.
Yeah, you can be, as long as you don't violate TOS or anything else and get shut down.
Right.
The interesting part about it is that, granted, it's only been 3 cases that I found, and one did not involve people of this quote-unquote community, but it involved the Fourth Estate. I can't remember the name of the town in Kansas, a newspaper editor wanted to be able to hand out his free newspapers within the town hall, within the building. And the town hall said, no, we have cubicles, or not cubicles, we have these shelves set up for where you can place a stack of your papers and have people pick them up if they so choose. Well, he rant and raved, went to council meetings and told his side of the story. And the municipality turned around and created I believe in that case, it was an ordinance to whereby they created a non-public forum in all of their municipal properties.
I mean, I've seen like Granite State and Josh, rest in peace, go into a police station and they even got arrested. And I've seen other people going into police stations and never get arrested. So, you know.
Well, yeah, that brings up a different subject. Let me go on with the other two here.
Okay.
You had a gentleman by the name of Ian. I can't remember his last name, and I don't care to put it out there. Who basically did his thing in a municipal building in Punta Gorda, Florida. Well, again, the municipality created their resolution to align themselves with the public forum doctrine of non-public forums on all of their municipal properties. And just last week, we had a series of incidents in Tucson, Arizona, where 4 and more cop watchers, auditors, whatever they call themselves, abused a group of police officers at their police department. Basically, that's what they did. They abused them verbally. They were trespassed from the property, and several days later, the city of Tucson came out with an ordinance restricting people's involvement in police activities. Made it a misdemeanor to interfere.
What was it? Clash with Bal got arrested, and that was the weekend before last. Or
yeah, well, that it stems from that incident,
right? Because they made it what was it? A law? They revised something or something.
An ordinance. They created an ordinance, which is, if you want to put it at that level, it is a municipal law. It only has jurisdiction within the limits of that municipality.
Mitch Madman, Michigan 52 says, NJ Diver makes a lot of sense. That's why I put him on, because he does. I made the exception to have him on here.
Yeah, I try. It's a question of, most of it is common sense, but I gave myself a quote. Chivalry is dead. Common sense is being placed in a coffin, and manners are on their deathbed.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's the situation we find ourselves in this 21st century, in my opinion.
Well, you make like Michigan Madman 52 says, you do make a lot of sense. That's why I'm glad I have you on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
like I tell people, I'm just Joe Public, John Q. Public out in the street. I don't have a police record. I've got tickets, of course. Everybody.
Yeah, I've had those.
My wife.
Way back.
She's never had a ticket. Actually, no, she did get a ticket. She got caught by one of those speed cameras once.
My wife got one ticket too, on her record.
Yeah, but
I've got about 3 4 or 5, something like that, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
I've had a bunch when I was younger, but that's
Same here.
I've never been charged with a misdemeanor. I've never been arrested.
Nope.
I served my country in the active duty Air Force and the New York Air National Guard because where I lived, it had to be New York rather than New Jersey because the closest Air Force or New Jersey Air National Guard was too far away from me for a response time of under 50 miles. And I'm proud I did it. My father was a naval aviator in World War II. My father-in-law retired from the Army and New Jersey Army National Guard. No one else in my family is involved in the military. It's their choice. But the thought of going out and doing a First Amendment audit is fine as long as you know your limitations. If you step beyond it, you best be ready both mentally, financially, morally, and with your family's full knowledge and preparation for your arrest, incarceration, and subsequent fallout from that arrest. People got to consider all that.
Well, all I know is I will try to do the best I can once this virus goes away and I can go out and film. I'll try my best to keep it legal and not hassle cops and all that.
Yeah, well, police are human too, and they have tempers. They have emotions, same as everyone else. And if you tweak it the wrong way, yeah, you may turn a perfectly honest cop into a tyrant. I mean, was around police officers my entire adolescent life until I was 20 years old. My father was a police officer until 1980.
Mhm.
And in all that 26 years of him doing that, the only time he ever cleared leather with his revolver, because that's what he had, the only time he ever took it out was to qualify, clean it, or put it away.
Yep.
I don't know of any time he ever pulled it on the job, although he had stood down a young man with a sawed-off shotgun. And that's where I get my gift of gab. My father was a good talker.
I see.
And so is my daughter.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but she's putting it to good use. She's a contract counselor for a subsidiary of the United Way,
Awesome.
and she's getting her master's hopefully the end of next year or the middle of next year. She's got kind of like 3 more semesters to go. Yes, excuse me. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, but don't waste your time. There's nothing on it.
Completely nothing.
A couple of statements by me, some links to some things that I've watched, obviously, because every time I watch something, it gets recorded. But I don't do videos. The only videos I have, I've got hours and hours of my daughter playing soccer until she was diagnosed with a heart ailment herself. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, well, no, she's fine now. She had what's called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, it's the reason every school in New Jersey has a automatic defibrillator. It's a case of where, as you are born as an infant, you have nerves that trigger the heart to beat are spread out a little, and as you grow from an infant, they are supposed to bundle. One of hers didn't immediately, uh, even as a teenager, but as she grew out of her teenage years, I think when she was in her later teenage years, around 17 or so, we took her in for what they call an ablation procedure, where they would actually kill the nerve, um, one way or another, and they couldn't trigger it, so they declared her cured. So she can have her caffeine again, which unfortunately I can't. Basically, what it did, if that nerve would fire just before or just after the rest of the heart would to do its beat, it would cause the heart to go into ventricular fibrillation. It's basically the heart would sit there and shake, wouldn't do anything. It usually happened under great emotional or physical stress. Yeah, that's one of the things. I don't know, Madman 52. That's one of the things we all have to worry about. Not all of our genes are perfect.
Mr. Turtle, you don't have to leave. You can stay here. I saw the comment. Stay here if you'd like.
Yeah, that one individual that just posted sounds more like a sovereign citizen than some of the auditors out there.
All right, JD Cotera, $7.77. Thank you very much for the donation. You could have written something underneath, Anything that's $2 or more, you could write something.
Yeah, that's one of the many things we can't choose. We can't choose our birth parents, and we can't choose our genes. Although the people that are thinking about having progeny can, depending who they choose to procreate with. Yeah, it's interesting. All of this drama that's out there with not just the fact that what we're doing or what people in this community, quote unquote, community are doing is pushing the boundaries, if you will, of the Constitution. It's the drama within that detracts from what this group is trying to do. And what makes it interesting is that we've already been successful in 6 different federal circuit courts of appeals. Oddly enough, all of the odd number ones. That's karma. But what needs to happen is 6 more have to be adjudicated in the even numbered. And there is one, I think, for the 8th, going into the 8th. I don't know if it's been accepted yet. 8th Circuit Court of Appeals out of Iowa. And we just have to keep pushing that part of it. Not pushing the boundaries of what you're allowed to do with a camera, but pushing what the courts recognize as your right to do it. There's already 6 examples, and those can be used as precedent. And some of them say they're different things. 1 or 2 of them say public officials. Most of them say police. If it ever goes to SCOTUS, I would love to see it say all public officials, not just police. Because I can almost guarantee you're never going to get a bill passed in Congress to have this be acceptable, and you're certainly not going to be able to get the Constitution amended to have the First Amendment recognize recording of public officials. Too much politics involved in any of that. Oh, there's plenty of it, Spartacus 1775. And unfortunately, one of the people that have dispelled some of the misinformation is vilified. Everybody loves to hate Merbeast, but I hate to tell you, I'd say 95% of what he says is absolutely correct.
Mr. Turtle, please stay here. It means a lot to me if you'd stay here. Just saying.
Well, you certainly have more than a lot of people get as far as an audience is concerned.
Mr. Turtle, I don't know how to address that. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that. How is you riling me up? How should I put it? Please stay in. Don't worry about it. Lisa's getting riled up, right, Lisa?
Well, I don't see anybody with a wrench.
No. I'd rather keep it that way so I can see what's going on.
Well, you watch the chat a lot more than some people do.
I try to. I mean, I let things go, I guess, when I shouldn't, but you know, people say, "Oh, you don't have free speech in here," you know, that they get all riled up about that.
Yeah, they can get all riled up all they want. I hate to tell you, but the limitations on free speech in here are the TOS and the community guidelines of YouTube and StreamYard. They're the ones that make the rules for this. And violation of those rules means that this individual's channel and his access to StreamYards will be terminated for any violation.
Yeah, they're getting on Turtle. Guys, don't get on Turtle, please. He's a very sensitive person. I'm admonishing the other people, not Mr. Turtle.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Turtle. The crime of it is we have an all-volunteer military now. We haven't had the draft since the 70s. And my draft card says 1A. Of course, they would never bring me back in, not with all my ailments. Plus, I'm too old anyway. We seem to be holding our own as far as enlistment's concerned. I'm glad for that. There's enough patriotic people in this country left to take part of their youth and serve in the military, and I applaud them for it. It's a great way to grow up.
Hey Jay, hello, how are you? Good to see you. I want that shirt that Furry Potato has. It's classic. The one of CCW, you know, Palm Desert hoodie guy. That's a buddy. Sorry, Mike. I see it as I say it as I see it. Yeah, but you know, be nice, people. Try to get along. I know it's hard. I call it as I see it too. It gets me in trouble. I guess me too. I don't know. Gee, she turned it into the turtle chat for a half hour about nothing. Now he's blaming Mike. No. It's fine, guys. Oh, dang. I'm going to end this bloody thing, I think.
Well, that's what Mishmadman 52 there says is true. There has to be rules. You're dealing with human beings, many of whom don't feel the rules apply to them. But if they don't apply to everyone equally, we will have nothing but chaos. And for all the post-apocalyptic films and dystopian books and films that are out there, I really wouldn't want to live in that world.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
Well, the one thing about not saying mean things is if you tell the truth and it appears to be mean to someone, are you really being mean? You're just telling the truth. You're just stating facts. And a quote I've been using quite frequently lately, the line from A Few Good Men that the actor, the colonel that
You
Jack
can't
Nicholson
handle the truth.
Exactly.
I love Jack Nicholson. I love The Shining. And I sit right next to Diane Cannon at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Here's Johnny. I love it.
That
I
was
love
bad.
Now I'm not bothered. That helped me out. Thank you, NJ Diver, for doing that.
In most cases, we aim to please. He's a very good actor.
Do the Beast. The only thing I can do is this. Have a good day. There you go. I got to write him too, by the way. So I'll have to send it off. Love the Jack.
The only famous people I've ever dealt with is I saw a news anchor one day on the street in front of Radio City Music Hall and said, "Good evening, Mr." And I gave his initial and he said, "Thank you." And I once saw Dick Cavett holding up a wall in a Caribbean island in the midst of a party. And one of the young ladies from the boat I was on said, Is that? I said, yeah, he's doing a very good job of holding that wall up. Why don't you just leave him alone? And he physically was doing that, and there was a reason for it.
Thank you, Mr. Turtle, for the kind words. Much appreciated. See, there's good in some people, man. You always nail it really good with that. It almost sounds like the Beast to a T. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah, for those of you that don't have access to Discord, if I make a pitch for some of my work,
go ahead.
There's a website called Fan Club, F as in Frank, AANCLUB.com. It has quite a bit of factual information in it, not only from the all 50 states statutes websites and other information about their statutes and their open public records for each state and territory of the United States. There's also a lot of factual information on quite a few auditors. And it's a regular forum that you can actually chat with people.
I'm typing, sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Lacking a wrench, I can't post the URL in the chat, but it's real simple, FAANCLUB.com.
There you go, guys. Check it out. I don't mind him saying that.
Yeah, it's on a private server, so Google can't take it down.
Cool.
Then I have the same, in fact, a little bit more in the Civil Rights Unite server of Discord, better known as CRUD.
Hmm.
And that stands for Civil Rights United Discord.
Yep.
Of course, you may not want to get into the chat or the voice in that server. It is bedlam. The last couple of months that we've had server raiders in there. They love to come in, put the TOS violations in, and then report them so that the servers get taken down. So far, they've been unsuccessful with CRUD.
My mind is going spinning around here with these chat people in. I got 30 watching, so that's not bad.
Yeah, 34 at one point.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, it was interesting. The one panel that was up the other night by, I believe it was NC Tyrant Hunter, Jeff.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he brought a certain auditor on. It went from 400 something down to 100 something.
Wow.
Within about 90 seconds.
Wow.
But that's the kind of thing that is really part of being human, I have to say. You know, people make a choice. Consumers make a choice with their money as to what they want to buy, whether it be popular, unpopular, whether it be a good product or whether it be a fraud or a faulty product. And they make their decisions based on not just their feelings, but the actual efficacy of the product. And that's the same thing that's going on here. You put out a good video that accomplishes something, and it should be appreciated. Unfortunately, the nature of the beast, if you will, is it has to be entertaining. And that's part of the problem with YouTube. It's part of the problem with television. Yeah, you can put a situation comedy up against a documentary. I can guarantee you the situation comedy is going to get a bigger audience. You make people laugh more than you educate them, they'll appreciate that more than an education, which is a pity, but that's human nature.
Yep.
And like a wise man once said, never underestimate the stupidity of John Q. Public.
Yep.
And the gentleman that quoted that was about once a week he'd say it at the dinner table in front of his family. My father. According to my younger sister, he only gave out one ticket his entire career. I don't personally believe that, but according to her, it was because the kid mouthed off to him. My father could have been chief, but he decided he didn't like the politics. So when the captain retired, they did away with the captain's position. When the chief was getting ready for retirement, and so was my father, the chief held on until after my father retired, and then the chief retired, and they hired a drunk. And he was chief, I don't know, probably 5 to 10 years, something like that. But I know he was a drunk because I had to drive him home on more than one occasion from a town Christmas party.
Mr. Turtle says are we under government law till this COVID-19 blows over? I wasn't sure. I thought I'd ask.
Depending what state you live in.
Oregon, because that's where he lives. That's where I live. I live in the same city he does. Mr.
Well, you guys got hit first and hardest. Well, not hardest, but you guys got hit first. Or at least you had it televised first. Basically, depending on who you talk to, some of these executive orders and proclamations overstep the governor's authority. Some of it is part of legislation that the individual states passed in order to give the governor and the Department of Health in those states the power to slow down an epidemic and hopefully stop it. Now, this being a pandemic worldwide, we can only control what goes on in the United States and our territories and our military bases in foreign countries and our embassies.
Can a governor order martial law in its own state? Like Governor Kate Brown, can she order martial law for that state of Oregon?
Yes, but I doubt she'll ever be reelected.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
You won't gonna find that out, I'm afraid. Yeah, they're depending on how your legislation is written. Every state in the union has given the governor certain special powers in a state of emergency. How they choose to execute those powers is what's going to show their constituents their morality and their decision-making process. Most states have ordered people to wear masks. Well, it's not really an order because the legislature has to be able to back it up with statute. There are already lawsuits involving all of this that are in federal court. The trouble is the court systems are somewhat closed except for criminal activity. And yes, there have been a few teleconferences as of today. I don't know if you all know, the Supreme Court held oral arguments via telephone and maybe even video. I didn't really watch it.
I heard about that. I didn't watch
it. It happened.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't watch it, though. So
yeah, let's see if I still have it. No, I don't. Well, maybe it's in another one. Hang on. I have so many tabs opened up. I don't know which end is up here.
Now, President Trump could order martial law on all 50 states, correct?
Yeah, but
he's
got another little thing that's going to curtail him. It's called posse comitatus.
What's that mean?
That means he can't really use the military against civilians.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Of course, there are certain things he can use them for, but he has to be able to justify an insurrection before he can do that.
I was thinking martial law, but the days go by and I think, it's not going to happen. I thought it would happen, but now I'm leaning towards it's not going to happen. No, I didn't get the stimulus check, Mr. Turtle, not yet.
It all depends on when you filed your income taxes.
Well, I'm getting mine in the mail, apparently.
Well, that's going to be a little while then. If you don't have electronic funds transfer for your return in 2019 or 2018, it's going to be a little bit.
Okay, well, it's going to be a little while then. Eventually I'll get it though, right? I hope. Right? Did you get your stimulus, Mr. Turtle?
I got mine last month.
Are you lucky?
Well, I filed early.
Ah,
I am a member, but I also know that you can go into certain local libraries and the AARP, um, American Association of Retired People, will do your taxes for free.
Hmm.
I've been doing that the last half dozen years. As soon as I found out about it after I retired, Zoom, I go over there. As soon as I get all my paperwork in a row, I head over there. But 15, 20 minutes before the library opens, they have a gentleman from the AARP standing out there with, I think, 10 little slips of paper with the numbers 1 through 10. And he hands those out. And that's the order you go in for the first 10 people.
I haven't gotten mine yet, but like you said, it'll take a while now. I believe that.
All right, let's see if I can bring up this. No, I'm watching too much here. I got
I'm watching too much too, which is keeping myself occupied.
well, I got 4 different tabs open for YouTube, and it's slowing me down. Let me see if I can bring the. I'll drop you a. Oh, here it is. Let me get you the URL.
You don't have to be at retirement age to get up to $3,011 a month.
Yeah, of course, it's got the wonderful commercial on the front of it. All right, if you care, in the private chat, I put up a URL for a U.S. Supreme Court first televised oral arguments live.
Let me see that.
I mean, it's
Okay.
already done. It's now not live anymore, but this is the first time they've ever done it live.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, so everybody has that URL. Granted, there'll be a new one, but yeah, the Washington Post did this one.
There you go.
Yeah, there's others that have done it. I don't know. CBS did one, and
Hello, Hesperia News Service.
there we go. Get this back up.
I don't even go outside, guys. I've been outside since January 21st. I don't plan to go out anytime soon.
You don't have a whopping case of cabin fever?
Not really. I'm used to it by
I
now.
hope you're taking your vitamin D pills.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
And vitamin C.
Oh, vitamin C you can overdose on. It won't hurt you. It just turns your urine a different color.
Oh.
Yeah, my principal care physician had me on vitamin D enhancements for a year or so, and then he read another study that convinced him it was a waste of money.
Hmm.
And well, the basic thing is it's how much you are out in the sunlight. Your body will produce its own vitamin D if you get enough sunlight, natural sunlight.
AJ said, I love this new Walmart ad. The woman disinfecting the belt is using grease remover. Ah, I haven't been in a store in 2 months. More work for Uber Eats, but unemployment is going to be big dollars this month.
Now, I've been paying into that system since 1970 and never collected a penny back,
Wow.
and never will, basically because I'm unemployed at the moment and probably will remain unemployed for the rest of my life.
Well, I'm retired, so
Exactly.
is that pretty much what you are, NJ Diver?
Since October of 2014.
And it's, oh, wow. I like retirement life, though. I really do.
I'm just looking. I got an alert that Rogue Nation just went live 27 minutes ago, but I'm looking at the shot of him in a car. And I'm saying, geez, he's got more dark hair in his beard than I do.
Oh, I see his picture.
Yeah, he may have his beard may be a little fuller than mine.
Is he in Florida?
I have no clue.
I thought maybe he was. I'm not sure either. So.
Yeah, I believe it's the same individual that goes on panels as Captain Awesome.
I wouldn't know that. I don't know.
Yeah, he and I have had some lively discussions. Let's put it that way,
Uh,
both in Discord and on panels.
uh,
I have nothing against him or pretty much anybody else. I have a problem with some of the frauditors and auditors that are out there.
uh,
I believe you're trying to say suspend the right to free speech. No, a governor does not have that right.
nope.
No one has that right.
In fact,
Excuse me, let me qualify that. No one in government has that right.
on my phone. Hold on, I don't even have it yet.
Yeah, well, you prove it to me, sir. That's all I can say.
What's that?
That what I said was incorrect.
Oh, they just had a I'll check. Give me a minute. They just had a rally on Friday and Saturday at the state capitol in Salem, Oregon. It rained Saturday, and Friday I tried to get my wife to take me there. She said no, and I said, nah, I'm not going down there. And I think there was rain then too, if I remember correctly. Okay, I'll check.
Yeah, well, I always am under the impression into each life a little rain must fall. Either that or we wouldn't have anything to drink.
Well, it's not raining here now, so that's a good thing.
Well, it's been threatening on and off all morning here. The sun's out right now, but I've got a lot of wind, which means change.
All right. Wow. Gonna get a whole bunch of notifications off my phone now. There it is. Wow. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. The cell phone I have is not only old, it's a hand-me-back from my daughter, but it doesn't have service. It only works on Wi-Fi.
All right. Where was I? Bright sun and warmth almost all winter here in the desert basin country. I knew my phone was going to go off. Tried to hold it off till 12. All right.
Well,
Anyway.
Mr. Spartacus, how about you justify that statement?
Okay, I'm going to have a special guest on here. I just sent the special guest a link. Are you being good? Of course, Guido. I'm always good. Unless I get. Never mind. I don't want to say what I was going to say. Yes, special guest. You guys all pretty much know who this guest is. Sent you a link, guest. Yes, there's a big delay in this in StreamYard. Michael Spear.
Oh, everybody's at home, hunkered down on the internet.
Seems like it. Hey,
Especially,
but I'm always.
yeah, especially those people with cable TV. You get the whole neighborhood on that piece of coax, and it will slow down.
Talking about cable TV, forget the cable, but I need to get a brand new TV.
My daughter's fiance just bought a huge one. Damn thing's bigger than he is.
What is it? A 80 inch?
Almost. I think he said 72.
Wow. It's as Trump would say, it's huge, right?
Yeah, I saw him. My daughter FaceTimed her mother the other day, and we got to look at it. And I said, "Damn thing's almost as tall as he is."
Oh wow!
And I said, "If you stood it on end, it'd be taller than him."
I'm looking at 65 or 75. I only have a 40 inch right now, but
That's all I can fit.
Really, the
Yeah,
40
well,
inch.
37.
This one 40 inch doesn't have all the bells and whistles like the new ones do. No 4K, nothing like that.
Yeah, neither does mine. It's I bought my wife a huge armoire that's made for media, and I built some extra pieces in it. It's made of cherries, and I built an extra shelf on the inside of it so we could put all the games and the controllers and stuff in there, and a DVD player underneath the TV itself, raise up the TV a little bit, and that's been in here for got to be 20 years.
You have a 20-year-old TV?
No, I got a 20-year-old armoire.
Oh,
I got a 20-year-old TV downstairs. Yeah, it's CRT, but
does
it's
it work?
no, I guess I haven't turned it on in probably 10 years.
News New England, did you get a Samsung 65-inch TV? Was it a Samsung? What kind is it? Spartacus says, have a good day, gentlemen. I would love to have a one-on-one discussion with New Jersey, but it wouldn't matter. He is set in his ways.
I'm not set in my ways. I just read what's written. Try to understand it. And he's right about one thing. I will never go soft sit. I really don't want to be labeled a terrorist.
Sorry about that. I got the wrong link. Oh, I hate when I do that. See, this is what happens when I take links in. All right, here we go. I'll get you in. Hold on.
Yeah, for some strange reason, my Chrome wants to restore. but it's working, so I'm not going to touch it.
Right. Here we go. This is better.
How are you doing?
This is a better link for you. Sorry about the mix-up. There you go. I sent it.
don't know how early we're going to be.
How early? Oh, my wife is leaving for a little while.
We got to try. So let's hurry up. I just wet my pants, so I've got all kinds of problems.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
News Now New England, I will never go sovereign citizen. I have great respect for that document that they coined back in 1779 called the U.S. Constitution and the changes they've made in it since.
I sent you the link, special guest. How much time do I have? Oh, she's here right now. Cool. Crap.
Also, you've genderized her now.
Yeah. There she is. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's
are
going
you?
great. How are you?
Oh, good, good. Haven't talked to you in a while.
It's been a long time. I'm glad
I
you're
know,
here.
I've been really, really, really busy. No,
I'll bet. You're busy with the cameras work, right?
yeah, it's so much fun. I tell you what, to go out there and
I
audit,
miss-
put
I'm
these guys on the
missing it.
spot. Yeah, we're sure are bringing awareness with those clicks and views.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of them today. Mr. Turtle was talking about.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's,
Actually-
and I find that people like if you just sit there and drone on and on and on and on in a monotone voice, they kind of lose focus on what you're saying. So I try to make mine super entertaining.
Well, you're doing a good job. I like
know I'm bringing a
I
lot
like-
of awareness because people tune out monotone people and they like to watch.
your
They like
content.
some
You're doing a
entertainment.
good job. We need more of you out there. We
I appreciate it.
need more women out there doing it. And
And I think the entertainment factor to this is super important because I could do the boring thing. I could stand up there in a dress and a microphone and all that. But how many people would really watch and get the message? Because when you just go in a monotone voice and talk, what's that going to do? Right? So you got
Well-
to make it entertaining so that you make people aware to what we're trying to do. So like I look at my stuff like as a hook to get people in to kind of think a little bit. And then hopefully they'll look at other people like James Freeman, Bao, some of the more serious people like Johnny 5-0. But I'm trying to use mine like a hook. And so I think Minnesota Guardian does the same thing. Mexican Padilla did it too.
you
And
missed STV News
I did.
First.
Yeah, he's more of a serious guy, so I hope they watch his stuff too. But
You did a good job last. I saw it this morning, but it was
What's
like Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember, but it was good.
oh, you mean when they were like chasing me? When the cops, you mean when they were chasing me?
Out of the
when they chased me
watchdog,
with that-
come on panel, man. Look,
that Otto?
Otto's here.
So while you're getting Otto on, I just have a question for NG Driver. Right?
Got
So,
his microphone.
Are you the same guy as that Desert Sentinel guy?
If NJ Driver were here, I guess he'd answer.
Oh, who are you?
NJ Diver.
Yeah, Diver. Okay, I
That's
couldn't
not
see.
Desert
So
Sentinel.
are you the Desert Sentinel too? You kind of sound like him.
I am not the same individual, no.
Oh wow, you sound just like him. The same voice,
Well,
Really?
it's interesting because I've been told I sound like Odin, I sound like
I was
LT,
saying that.
I sound like Sasquatch. The list
Are
goes
you-
on and on.
So do you work? Do you have a job?
40 years, 6 months, and 23 days I did.
Oh yeah, what'd you do for a job?
I worked for New Jersey Bell, Bell Atlantic, and Verizon.
Oh,
Oh,
phone people.
telephone
Phone
company.
companies. Perfect.
Fix
Okay,
my.
that's
Uh,
great.
Verizon changed it. Verizon CEO many years back decided we're no longer a telephone company. We are a broadband and entertainment company. And my comeback to that was, okay, when you going to issue me the tap shoes so I can entertain people?
So tell me this: what do you think? Why do you not like auditors and what they do? I'm just asking.
There are a few that actually do it right.
Okay,
Don't
so
you think
so I
Amagatsett
do it wrong,
does
right?
it
I do it wrong. Is that right? I do it wrong, and I do it wrong, according to you.
Have you been arrested for doing it?
I got arrested after the fact.
NJ Diver.
But you know what? When you get arrested, is it always legally arrested when you do this? I mean, so that's the criteria for you. If you get arrested, then you know you suck as an auditor. What if they illegally arrest you like they did? Well, like they do when what if you're standing on, like James Freeman, standing outside the gates of the Air Force Base but still got arrested? What about the people on the courthouse steps at Leon Valley? You know, all their phones taken away and them arrested. Does that mean that they suck as auditors because they got arrested? Just asking.
Only in the opinion of certain people.
Well, what's your opinion?
I'm waiting for the cases to be adjudicated.
There you go.
Okay.
NJ
All right.
Diver, I got a question. Wait. I got one quick question. Do you like Amagatsett Press? He's never been arrested. Do you like him?
I don't think I've seen any of his videos.
Oh, you got to see his videos, dude.
So, but do you have any videos so you can show us exactly what you're talking about? Just wondering, because you know it's not really easy to do this. Just wondering. I mean, do you have any videos that you can show us how to do it right?
I can give you some names.
Well, what about you personally? Because you know, you personally, have you ever audited anything or picked up a camera or got close to a police officer with one or challenged somebody who was like violating your constitutional rights? Because you know, you just said you love that Constitution. If somebody was violating your constitutional rights, would you pick up a camera and put it in their face?
I would pick up a camera. I wouldn't put it in their face.
Okay.
And by the way, if you were listening properly,
okay,
I lived with a police officer for the first third of my life.
Okay. But you didn't live with an auditor all your life.
For the first 3/4 of my life, auditing didn't exist.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were old. So you can be an old guy and still do this.
I'm old too. I'm old too.
So I just don't understand how you can be an expert on auditing, and I mean because the people. Well, you say you have criteria,
you
certain criteria
interpret
for
what
it.
I say.
Okay.
And you come up with an opinion.
Well,
it's your opinion. That's fine. You're entitled to it.
In my opinion,
and under our
since you got
Constitution, you're entitled to express it.
right. In my opinion, since you got 1 foot over there in Discord and 1 foot over here with us, I can't figure out what part of the fence you're going to fall to.
I've got my feet in a lot of places.
I know. I noticed that.
I've had my feet under the ocean quite a few times too.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I do. 1984. Well, actually, before that, I used to free dive a lot. But 1984 to 1993, I did it underwater.
My point is you shouldn't criticize, which I think you do when you tell us that that unfortunately auditors have turned into entertainment. To me, that's a criticism. And until you try it yourself, I really don't think you should be criticizing.
Yeah, I've been exposed physically to a couple of you.
Because I never really gave. Because I really never. I'll wait for you. Are you done?
I can't. Go ahead. You have the floor, obviously.
Thank you. I never used to want to challenge you and your group in Discord, but I'm getting a little bit braver now because I really didn't care what your opinion was. But you know, I'm just a little bit fed up with your opinions and how you guys go about stating them.
So you would stymie my freedom of speech?
In my room and on the chats, yeah. Because we're not government. So I would take a piece of duct tape and wrap it around your head if I could.
Oh, ouch. Guys.
Yeah, that would be
to make you be quiet in my room.
That would be assault and battery, so we'd have to deal with that.
I said if I could, in my opinion. So that's why I really just I don't understand why you have to come in all the chats and get up on panels and everything. And I know it's your opinion. I understand that. But, you know, that's fine. You can do that. Because in my opinion, your opinion is not any good. Because we do what we wanted. We do what we do so that we can bring awareness So
I love exactly how you put that before you caught yourself. You do what you want to do is what you were about to say, correct?
yeah, because we're free.
To an
Right.
extent.
Yeah, it's
Your
to an
freedom
extent.
stops when you interfere with someone else's.
Okay.
Your freedom stops at the tip of my nose where your fist might be. Of course,
Oh,
of
okay.
course, by then that would be assault anyway.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm arguing about. I'm arguing the point that you said where auditors, unfortunately, have brought entertainment, and that's just not good. And I just didn't understand that statement. So
I
I guess
didn't
I
say that.
should.
That's wonderful. Thank you for misquoting me.
You did say that. You said
No, I didn't.
auditors. You were thrown in on. You said auditors have brought the entertainment factor to it. Unfortunately, I know I heard that. Did I misunderstand you say that? Did you say something about entertainment
Unfortunately, I
factor?
only have 20 minutes left.
I mean, you did say something about the entertainment factor and how unfortunate that was at all. I misunderstand that? Because that was the whole
No,
reason I
and
popped
if
up
you
here.
did you bother listening? Of course, you don't like my monotone voice, so obviously you didn't hear my analogy.
I didn't say you had a monotone voice.
You implied it.
Oh, I did. Well, excuse me for that.
I swear he sounds like Odin.
No, I don't have any peanut butter in my mouth at the moment.
That's
If
funny.
they,
Well, I
if
just
they
want now.
have a
Let's get
Swiss
back.
run out
Can I
tomorrow,
yeah,
I may.
can you? Okay, so I'm sorry I sidetracked all of us, but I just want an answer to that question. Like, the question was the entertainment thing. Did you not say that that wasn't very good for auditors to be doing that?
Well,
I mean,
if
you had
you
a lot of
want to,
complaints about the auditors.
go ahead. If you want to express your freedom of speech and entertain people, that's your prerogative. Creating situations where a municipality has to clamp down on their property to create something other than a traditional public forum on all of their properties, is that progress for your cause?
Well, I think when there's action taken and someone else makes another action, it is progress. Because Martin Luther King just didn't sit around. He staged sit-ins, he staged boycotts, and he staged a lot of things to get his point across. I think if we just sit back and not challenge them, ain't nothing going to happen. That's why we challenge them. And if one or two municipalities, go against your constitution and put up signs saying that we can't practice our First Amendment rights, I still think, because at least they recognize what we were trying to do. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of progress.
Well, the one
Because
thing
if we just sit around and do it the right way, how the establishment wants us to do it the right way, is vote the right people, make petitions. Martin Luther King tried that too, but that didn't work. You have to bring attention to what you're trying to do. And I'm great at getting attention. Trust me on that. You have to bring attention to what you're trying to do. And just by
and the attention that has been brought in the major media, what has that done for the quote unquote cause?
Well, gee, I wonder who backs the major media. Would that be the government? So anybody can twist the story the way they want to twist it. It depends on who's telling it. According to the Nazi history books, they were the best thing ever. According to our history books, they were Nazis. So it depends on who's writing the story. And the people behind major media that are writing the story is the government. So there you go.
What you're alluding to is he who wins the war writes the history.
He who writes the news on the news channels is the government. So
that's interesting. Yeah, I guess
all
those different broadcasts and cable TV newsrooms are all government employees.
And that's what's so great about being on YouTube, because we don't have the government employees telling us what to do. So that's why our message is getting across that way. Look at Audit in America, how many views he gets every single day. And if you take all the channels and add them up together, we are reaching a lot more people than mainstream news.
Mr. Church, thank you for $2 donation. I actually believe
You think that's funny? You think that's funny?
Yeah, I think
You-
that statement is
you think-
hilarious.
Oh, you think that YouTube doesn't reach more people than the national, the TV, ABC, NBC, and CBS? If you take all of them and add them together, all of the views,
Absolutely.
YouTube reaches more people than TV does. Sorry.
Fake
Yeah,
news.
I wasn't talking about
YouTube-
auditors. I was talking about all
Especially
YouTube.
right now. You're right. That statement is absolutely correct. The
Exactly.
community that you're involved in is
The
a
government
tiny
wants-
little fraction, a tiny little fraction of the people that are watching YouTube.
Thank you,
You know
Mr.
what?
Turtle, for the $2
YouTube
donation.
gets worldwide too, and not but ABC, NBC, CBS, all the nightly news stories.
Thank you.
You know, they usually just reach the localities. They don't reach worldwide like YouTube does.
Have you actually looked online on their websites, which are worldwide? Have you actually looked to the fact?
Oh yeah, so yeah, but they broadcast just locally, right? They broadcast just locally. Yeah, you could go online and probably find some stuff about them, but I really don't want to care what's going on.
CBS, NBC, ABC, are they national?
I was
wait a
talking
minute.
about
No,
the.
you're right. You're
I
right.
was-
They're not
The
national.
government.
They're international.
I was talking about the local stations that
CNN.
report when a
No, you were talking
municipality
about
laws.
major media.
No, I was talking about the local news, major media, the municipalities that they
Well, which
report
is
on.
it?
because-
Is it local news or is it major media? You're
I just
throwing out an
looked.
oxymoron there.
Okay, let me explain it to you. I'm talking about major media, which is ABC, CBS, NBC. We have one that broadcasts nationwide, and then we have every town has, or large major town has their own newscast. And so we're talking about who would report a municipality being closed. Well, that would be the city that they reside in, right? Right. So,
No.
okay. Now you're gonna twist everything around. All right.
I don't have to. The actual truth is,
Okay.
And yes, some-
all of the major media you just referred to have
Alright.
affiliates in every major city in this United States. And oh yeah, by the way, they also broadcast internationally.
But okay, so so in New Jersey, Trenton City, New Jersey, you think anybody's going to have an interest of watching Trenton City, New Jersey nationwide? I don't think so. That was
ABC,
my point.
CBS, and NBC all do.
But they're local broadcasts in Trenton
No,
City, New
excuse
Jersey.
me.
That's what I'm talking
Coming
about.
out of New York City is a local broadcast?
You knew what I was trying to say.
No,
you know
I don't.
exactly. Do you want me to
keep
repeat it?
contradicting yourself.
I'm not contradicting myself. The local news stations report what's going on locally, right? The national news stations report what's going nationally. Most
Well, guess
people do
what?
not.
All
After me.
three of those
Most-
stations you're referring to, which are broadcast TV, have affiliates in every major city in the United States and
However,
broadcast facilities internationally.
if
So
something is
what
happening,
they
if
do
something's
is
happening,
local- Good Lord, I'm sorry,
if
Mike,
something-
but this
Jerry
is
Springer, Jerry,
If-
Jerry, Jerry.
hang on, Mike, Mike,
Jerry.
hang on.
isn't it
Mike,
fun?
Mike, hang on, Mike. If
Okay, I'm
something happens in Austin, Texas, it's not of major interest to someone who lives in Trenton, New Jersey. Is
Well,
it?
it must be because it goes out on ABC, NBC, and CBS every day.
News, fake
Oh my
news,
God, you
fake,
just don't.
fake
Am I
news.
explaining this wrong to you?
I don't know about your local television station in your local area.
Fake news.
The fun
Fox
part about the New York
Mike,
metro
Mike,
area is that
Mike.
every broadcast news program has a segment on local news. In fact, they
Okay,
spend
so-
a good half hour on it.
All right, my point is this. Most people do not care about the local news outside of their city, and they won't view it. A lot more people will view the national news. So my point is, if something happens at a municipality, it only is viewed by the whole nation if it makes it to the national news.
Well,
But
that's
if it's on-
interesting because both CBS, ABC, and NBC, the arrest of several of the religious people in Lakewood, New Jersey, made it to national news.
And that way it was broad nationally, right? But I bet the dog show there wasn't.
Actually, it was mentioned on national more than once.
What, the dog show?
Yeah, because it's a national
Yeah.
event.
I bet the opening of the new library wasn't mentioned nationally. Major events, yes, but little things like, oh, Leon Valley closed its municipality today. That
And
didn't
how
make national news.
often do
The point of the
audits
story is
get
that we
broadcast?
reach more people than local news stations. YouTube YouTube reaches more people than local news stations, unless that particular story makes it onto the national news. I'm right.
That's not what you said earlier.
That's exactly what I said. You just don't understand. You must,
Oh, I understand perfectly. I hear what you say, and I
And I-
remembered what you
I'm
said.
sorry. I had to simplify it for you, dude. Sorry about that.
No, you changed the narrative.
I did not change the narrative. I absolutely did not change the narrative. Rewind it and check. I knew what I was saying
can't
right from the
until the
beginning.
broadcast is done and he puts it up.
And you'll
You
see. Yeah,
know
you'll
that.
see.
I
You'll
don't.
see.
I don't put it up. I just leave it a live
So-
stream. That's
So
live.
so since you don't appreciate the, let me ask you another question. You seem to talk. You were talking a lot about auditors, and I missed a lot of it because I had to walk out of the room and take care of something. Can I have your opinion again on what you think that auditing should change and should do better?
Arizona changed laws against auditors.
Not you, Mike. I know what you like. I just want to know what this dude wants because
You
he's got.
don't.
I'm interested in what he's got to say because he's got that 1 foot over there in Discord. So I want to know.
But I also have anti auditors on as well.
There's no need to yell.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's interesting considering on Discord, I talk to all kinds of different people.
I don't know anything about Discord. That's why I was asking you.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you admitted you know nothing about
I don't.
Discord.
I don't
Then
know anything
how
about
can
him.
you form an opinion about something you know nothing about?
Why do you think I asked you?
I just told you. I talk
And
to
I just
all
told
kinds
you
of
why I
people on
asked because I
Discord.
don't know anything about Discord. So why don't
I
you give
talk
me
to
your
people
opinion?
all over the world on Discord. I
Are you in the
regularly talk to several people in Australia on Discord. I talk regularly to people in England on Discord.
That's very cool. Do you talk to the cool club that drinks the Kool-Aid over there too?
I don't think they're alive anymore, the ones that quote unquote drank the Kool-Aid.
I'm not referring to Jonestown. And that it was, I guess I did.
Well, you intimidated that.
No, I wasn't talking about Jonestown.
Well, that's the phrase. Drinking Kool-Aid. That's where it came from.
Well, yeah, but so your opinion on that?
There's a fact for you.
So can I have your opinion on auditors then, and do you have you joined any groups that have like tried to stop auditors? Like, is there groups out there that try? Do you know of any groups out there that are trying to stop the auditing community from doing what they do?
I have no clue.
Okay, just wondering. I mean, I just was picking your brain since you
know there are
you know a lot of people, so I was just asking.
I know there are quite a few people out there that have their own opinions and express them on YouTube and express them on Discord, and I respect their right to express them.
What's your
I don't
opinion on
necessarily agree with all of it.
Okay, that's good.
Another $2. I had made $6, mamacitas.
So what's your opinion
All right.
on that guy that went around?
All right.
John is coming over.
What time?
I guess about 1:30
For what?
to do some errands for me.
Is he gonna do Walmart?
Yeah, Mike, can you mute yourself a moment?
I have a question. I have one more question for you, and then I'll let you go on with your interview, Mike. The question is, a lot of people say that we have some good cops out there, but they're afraid to snitch on the bad cops, right? So if you noticed any of your personal friends actually committing laws or doing something that was highly illegal, or maybe not illegal but unethical, would you report them?
Mr. Troll, thank you for the extra $2. I got $6 from you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Did you understand the question?
He didn't hear it because he was paying attention to his
Here's the
super
question.
chat.
Here's your question. Your question is this. We all say that the reason why we have a lot of bad cops is because the good cops don't snitch on them because they're afraid to. We say that there's no good cops because, they're bad for not snitching on the wrong bad ones, right? We say that. My question to you is, if you noticed anybody in one of your clubs or associates or one of the people that you hang with committing some kind of crime or something very unethical, that maybe it's not against the law, but it's kind of shady and bad, like calling CPS on people, would you report that or would you just let it go? Would you tell the people, like if you notice some people calling CPS on other people, would you tell them to stop, or would you just let it go and, not do anything about it? Like those good cops do to the bad cops. Did I phrase that question right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Mike realizes you were putting it to him, but I'll answer
I wasn't
part of
putting
it.
it to him. I was putting it to you.
All right, then I'll give you an example. I am paying right now through my property taxes for an incident that occurred in my local town where some good cops tried to snitch on some bad cops and got
Mhm.
fired for it.
Right?
And guess what? It cost
What?
my town over $400,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, my question was not really that. My question was, if any of your friends did something shady, like calling CPS on somebody that didn't deserve it, or they were planning or plotting something illegal, or they were planning on like maybe like if an auditor is out there auditing and they called the police on them while they're out there doing a live. Maybe not. If you noticed any of your personal friends doing something like illegal or really, really, really shady, would you tell? Would you tell on them, or would you protect them?
If I had any friends that were criminals and I
Or
witnessed a crime, I would report it.
how about if they did something that wasn't illegal but was pretty unethical, like calling CPS on somebody that didn't deserve it? Would you?
If they were a friend of mine, I would discuss it with them and find out why they're doing it, and advise them that if they're doing it for revenge, that is not moral.
Okay, just checking to see if that what you would do. It's just one of those questions. What would you do? All right, I'm going to let you have your show back, Michael.
Well, are you done?
Yeah, because I'm taking my dog to the vet. See.
Well, I only got
She has her
4
appointment.
minutes left, according to
That's-
my wife.
that's
I don't
okay.
really want to go.
Oh, okay. I'm not supposed to be there to 2:45. So, but anyways, just.
I've got 4 minutes left. I don't think I can go overtime. I know
thought
my
Otto was coming in.
my wife left, but she has
Watching
strict.
me from her cell phone. She's probably has somebody watching.
Well, the cat's aware the Mike will play.
Lindsay, see, I don't know. Nightbot.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Speaking of, for some reason, like there's been, I guess, I don't know why. Maybe somebody can tell me why. But in our neighborhood, there's been like a whole influx of rats coming in, and they're not in our house or anything like that. But I made this rat trap, so I'm going to see how many are in there tonight.
Well, you know why that's happening, don't you?
My neighbors have like a bunch of wood piles. That's why I need to do something about that.
Well, that's part of it, but the other side of it is there's less human activity outside.
Oh, is that it? They're coming in to drink water from the pool too, I think. So
That's
I
because
see 'em
there's
like-
there's less human activity to frighten them off.
And-
It's happening
and
worldwide.
I want to say too, I don't have anything against you. I'm sorry I sounded really rude. I just am a little bit nervous about my dog having to go to the vet, and so I apologize to you, sir. I'm really not mean like that at all. I was really rude to you. I don't even know you. That was not good of me to do that. And I was.
Can I say something now? Can I
Yes,
say
sir.
something now?
Yeah, but I was apologizing.
Can I say something now? I have people on my panel that don't like people behind the camera doing the wrong things and getting arrested. I have pro people behind the camera
Mhm.
doing what they're doing. I get both sides of it. Just letting you guys know for in the future. Okay.
Well, I appreciate you bringing the meeting of the minds together, Mike. I know that you're being a neutral guy, so that's cool. That's all right.
I try to be. I try to be fair. I'm better than Fox News. I'm
You're
more.
very neutral. Yes,
I'm
you are.
more better, which is bad English. I'm more better than Fox News, as they saying they're fair and balanced. I'm
Yeah.
more fairer and balanced.
I want to finish my apology to him. So I'm sorry, Mr. Diver, if I was rude to you. I'm not really like that in real life. People that know me know I'm not. I don't know what came over me.
Well, let's see, that's the one thing I strive for. I strive to keep a neutral and even emotion and keep my emotions out of it.
You sure
So
did.
that I
And
don't
that
get
was very
excited.
good. That was pretty awesome that you did that. So I was really surprised that you didn't get all mad at me. So I appreciate that. That shows really good character. So I was baiting you a lot. I was pushing your buttons a lot, and you still kept it up. So it
Anger
was good.
accomplishes little.
It did. I poked at you really good, but that was pretty good that you held it in and everything. So that's pretty cool.
That's one of the things age teaches you.
Well, hopefully I'll never get old. So So I appreciate you, sir, for putting up with me and doing that. That was a good discussion.
You guys, I
But
appreciate both.
you should still subscribe to me and click and view, Mr. Diver.
I've got over 130 subscriptions right now. I really am not in the mood to add more.
Have you ever watched me?
What little I have seen have been fair use of your videos by others.
Oh, so you haven't. You haven't watched. Okay. All right. Well, that's
Even
good.
though I'm retired, there's just so many minutes in a day.
I know. I know that. I swear, it's hard to get everything done, even when you're retired. I don't even know how I had time to work.
Well, I'm involved in 2 NGOs outside of this community, if you will, and
That's good.
they pick up some of my time as well
What
as
do you do?
taking care of in-laws and
Oh,
having a daughter in graduate school.
what's she trying to be?
She already is a therapist, a counselor.
Nice.
That's
She's a contract counselor for a subsidiary of the
I-
United Way.
I hope she got your calm stuff in her genes.
No, she's 6 hours away with her fiance, so no.
I want
I
to
hope you got your demeanor. Your demeanor is very calming and nice. That's what I was saying. I hope she got your demeanor.
tomatoes thrown at me because I said I want to adopt Bucket Boy. Guys, if you can,
Don't
I
She's
adopt
on the other side of the continent from you,
I know,
literally.
I know. Well, what can I
Why do you
say?
why do you think they left him over there and they went to Florida?
Well, let me put it this way. I want to get, if you guys can help me get Bucket Boy on my panel, it'd be much appreciated. Who do I go to? Do I go
Mass Hall.
to or do I
Go to Peanut 411. She has
Peanut?
his number.
Peanut 411?
She's got his
Do
number.
I go to
Or-
NJ
or-
Diver? Do I go to
Mass Hall reports.
Masshole Report? Yeah.
Oh,
What is the young lady's name that does the thing on Masshole Report?
Bristol.
No. She doesn't go by that name. What's that other name? It's not supposed to use that name, right?
I don't know.
Alex09. What is her name? Kate. That's right.
Kate, yep, that's it.
So I have to go to Kate. I
No,
gotta
don't
be
go to
funny
Kate.
about Alex09.
don't go to Kate. Go to Peanut 411. She's got it.
Is she
Kate
on?
has his email. I know that for a fact.
Kate has it. So I'm gonna have to.
All right.
Is Peanut on that server too? On Masshole? No.
I got Peanut's number. I could call her and get it.
Okay. Can you have her
Call him. Yeah.
call him that I want him on my panel?
Or I guess I could just call Auditing America and get it. He probably still has it.
Alex said no on Kate or yes on Kate. That I can get it from Kate.
She's in communication with him. I know that.
What?
She can communicate with him. I know that. That's how she gets him on her show.
Oh, Alex09 is saying, oh, contact Kate. Okay, I will. I want, in fact, I even want Kate and what's the young man that sits next to Kate? Oh, Bucket Boy's in the server. Oh, Ben. Okay, I will. Thank you. I keep forgetting to do that. But I also want Kate and what's the nice guy that helps Kate out?
Masshole Mitch.
Masshole Mitch. Thank you.
Wow, you know all those people. There's one last jab for you, NJ.
I'd like them on panel too as well. So put the word out to those guys, would you please? I know Alex09's in there. And once again, I apologize to Alex09 for deleting her. And she's back on. So
Yeah, I knew that I see how mature people are. I haven't gotten in the chat yet, but I can imagine because I saw the trolls that were in there when I started.
no, but I do want Bucket Boy.
Well, he's going to have to finish the case against him in Trenton.
Hey, trolls, don't forget to click and view my stuff.
Yeah, don't
I don't-
forget to go to Carolina
Clicks and views.
Football Channel.
Clicks and views. And thanks for my new windows.
Clicks, views, and
I got
you're
new-
supposed to say subscribers,
new
aren't you?
windows.
Oh, you
Thank
can't
you for the
say
new windows, subscribers, and all the people that donate to me. Thank you.
yeah.
So, okay, Mike, I'm going to let you go. I got to get into my appointment with the doctor for the dog.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
God bless you too. Pamela Morrison is saying, so she's saying I'm cute. Thank you. Pamela Morrison, she gave me a lipstick. Don't tell my wife.
Don't be disappointed. I think she was talking about CFW's dog.
Are you certain? Pamela Morrison,
I don't
was it
know. I'm just
was it
entering a little
dog or was
jocularity in there.
it me? Please say me. I mean, please say the Michael Malloy Show. Please.
The reason you see one of my favorite memes on here is because I'm ugly, so I'm not going to bother showing my picture.
I want to get that CCW shirt.
What's it say?
Huh?
What does it say?
It says something geriatrics or something like that. One for you too. Oh, good. She said one for me too. I think that was for it. No. Just kidding. She means the dog. What's the topic? Hey, Jack and Steve, want to come on panel? It's my brother. The topic on anything, pretty much, right? People behind the camera. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. There are different types of auditors out there. Some are doing it for the cause. Some are doing it for fame. Some are doing it for fortune.
Once again, you need to check out Amagassett Press. He's very good. He knows what he's doing. He's never.
He's out of one of the New England states, is he not?
Oh, he moved from New York to Colorado. He's near Denver.
Oh, one of the Colorado crew.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It was a
no.
joke.
I'm
It
serious.
was a joke.
Oh, God, I thought you were serious. No, he's not.
No.
He's not part of that crew there. Oh, not to God. I got to move my lawn. Okay.
Neither is Donkey, but he affiliated himself when it was popular, and now that some of them have been incarcerated, he's kind of, no, I'm not with them.
Oh, really? That guy doesn't like me. I don't know why. I didn't do nothing to him.
Everybody has an opinion, and they're entitled to express it in this country.
Yep.
That's the thing. I have, just to give you another example, a little background on myself, I have wrenches in probably a dozen different YouTube channels for live streams. The only thing I ever use it for is posting URLs.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah, I do not whack trolls. Some people love to whack trolls. They think it's a game.
You know, when they sit there and say, I'm going to kill you, the Michael Malloy Show, that's not acceptable.
That's a TOS violation.
Well, I've had that happen to me before.
I've had death threats like that totally outside the internet. Well, not just the internet, but totally outside the internet. And I just look the person in the eye and say, go ahead.
Jackie Steve says, I went to get some groceries and most stores are opening it. In Nevada?
Depends on your state.
He's in Nevada.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Nevada, but New Jersey just opened up our state parks and county parks. Yeah, on Saturday. And I guess everything's going all right, but he just closed down, the governor, Murphy, just closed down the school systems for the rest of the academic year.
Wow.
Depending on who you listen to. I've seen stuff in the last hour or so. Some say he's going to wait till the 15th to make the decision, which is a little late. And some say he's already made the decision. I haven't really bothered to turn the TV on to see his announcement yet. So,
Other than, I have a question. Other than pot being legal with the marijuana pot card, do you think Governor Murphy will
it's
make
not up to him.
No, do you think he'll make it legal?
It's not up to him.
The voters.
It's no. Well, it is ultimately up to the voters in how whether or not they reelect their legislators and or the governor for another term. But it's up to the legislators in New Jersey and in the other state to pass a statute legalizing it in their state. It is still federally illegal.
Do you think New Jersey will do it? They have pot card, medical
Yeah,
pot.
we have medical marijuana.
That,
A Republican governor signed that into law. Whether it happens to totally legalize it, and the thing is, you're not really legalizing it. What you're doing is you're creating a situation where your law enforcement will not enforce a federal law on it within the boundaries of your state. That's basically what you're doing. But if the Fed
federally it's illegal.
Yes, and that's going to take an act of Congress to change that.
Small potatoes out of that, so they're not enforcing that either. Anyway, pretty much, they're not enforcing it in Oregon. It's legal in Oregon.
All right, somebody's about to get incarcerated. Hang on.
Who?
I gotta find out.
I don't see it.
My phone is.
So it's breaking news here.
Who are we talking about?
The one you're talking about, the incarceration. Who is it?
Yeah, too much background noise. What cop watch?
I said, oh, he's talking to someone else.
All right, hang on.
It's
I
getting
gotta go into Discord to find out.
Our health. It's getting hot in Nevada. Ugh.
Kern County Transparency?
Really?
I think so. Hang on, let me just double check.
That's a.
No, I'm sorry. No. My mistake. That was incorrect.
Is it
Tulare County Cop Watch, TCCW.
Tulare County Cop Watch. Yeah, I got him. 4 minutes ago, he went live.
Yeah.
Kern County Transparency is live at a just undisclosed 7 minutes ago. I think they're together.
Yeah, there's the URL. I put it in private.
Man, I should get it. I should go over there. I'm 12 minutes overtime. I should go. I want to check out that thing. Thank you for letting us know, NJ Diver.
No problem. Education is what I'm here for.
I appreciate that. That's why I have you on a lot. I have, like I said, California,
Mike Malloy.
Yeah, Carolina, Fort Worth. I like having her on. I like you guys. I'm glad you guys didn't really use the fisticuffs, yelling and both at each other and all that stuff.
I attempt not to very diligently.
Right.
As much as I'm capable of.
Yep. Understandable. Are they still showing the arrest or what?
I'm not in it. I don't know.
I got to go over there.
I've got so much opened up here. The next thing I open may crash my laptop.
Well, I'm doing overtime and my wife doesn't like it, so I'm going to say goodbye and watch Kern County and
as they say, happy wife is a happy life.
There you go. Tulare County Cop Watch. He sounds just like San Joaquin Valley Transparency. Sounds just like him. Just like you sound like Odin to me. Anyway, I gotta go.
All right, thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Anytime. I gotta go, guys. Tomorrow, I'll be back at it again. Guys, take care.
Catch you next time.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.